Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Life with Coffee. I'm your host, Michaela, joined by my wonderful, handsome husband.
What it do though? Denzel.
We are talking about consistency, and I have a guest, so if she pops up in my mic, I'm sorry. She's making herself real comfy.
Our dog.
We're talking about consistency with a plan today, and before we do that, I'm going to ask you, what food would you eat if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life?
So for me, if I could only eat one food for the rest of my life, it would definitely be Asian.
You just put all of it in one. I guess that makes sense.
Do I have to get more like specific than that?
Yeah, I guess when I was saying it, I was thinking like just
Okay.
one food, but I mean that
Nah,
makes
I got
sense.
you.
No, you can keep
Okay.
that.
Okay. Because I was thinking like, so I guess my thought process is like noodle based things, stir fry, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I guess I could say like, I don't know, like a stir fry maybe, or something like that to be more specific. But it would be something like that, like a beef with broccoli type situation.
Okay.
So that's probably if I had to get specific. But like, I guess my thought, I don't know if I could eat that for breakfast.
Yeah.
But lunch and dinner, I could crush that. I don't eat like that all the time because you're not healthy. I guess unless you made it healthy, like if you made your own. But like going to like a restaurant and getting it. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. I think everybody knows what mine is.
Yeah.
Say it with me. Italian.
Italian.
And if I had to be more specific, it'd probably be spaghetti, but I don't know. When I had your mom's lasagna the other day, I was like, maybe lasagna.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Lasagna is good.
yeah,
But I think I'm more of a spaghetti guy.
yeah. And I like different types of noodles and stuff, so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're not gonna be eating noodles anymore, really. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But, well, that was fun. Let's talk about consistency now.
Yeah.
What is like consistency for you? Like why is consistency important? That's a better question.
So coming from experience, consistency is important because you don't get nowhere
Yeah.
if you're not consistent. As someone who has spent time doing things very inconsistently and doing some things consistently, I have seen that if you aren't consistent, like I said, you don't get nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's important. That's the main thing to me. Like, of course, you can get into some, I guess, biblical reasons why, character-based reasons why it's important. But the main thing for me in my mindset is progress.
Yeah.
If you're not consistent, you can't make progress. At least not you can't make good progress, or at least not the progress you want to make.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because I don't know, I feel like the gym reference is always like used.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you're trying to build muscle or lose weight or maintain weight or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat healthy, and you only do it for a week and then you just go back to doing whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
Like you're not going anywhere.
Right.
You're just kind of fluctuating, and like your body starts, it's like, okay, we're going to start this, and then you stop, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, never mind.
Right.
And it just kind of follows what you're putting yourself to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just in general, like with in my business, I've noticed like the more consistent I am in posting, the more consistent I grow in followers, or the more consistent I have engagement, or a consistency with like waking up and spending time with the Lord. Like that builds me so much. And when I'm just like fluctuating, it's like it almost becomes a chore instead of something that I want to do. And I think having consistency makes it to where it's like not just I have to do, but like this is a part of my life. This is a part of my what I do.
Yeah. Now that makes sense. Like through consistency, you're building in like a new habit, or like basically becoming a new person, creating a new way of living.
Right.
Because I guess even in being inconsistent, that's a form of consistency.
Right.
Like whatever that pattern of lifestyle is that you were trying to do something different in, that is something that you consistently do. Like,
Yeah.
so like if you consistently are lazy, or like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like it's almost like that. I just really like how you said that lifestyle thing because that's kind of like that's really what I'm seeing. What it is like I'm just changing my life. I'm not trying to just do something for a short amount of time to necessarily get whatever your result is, but you're like really what you should be really what you're doing is changing your lifestyle. So I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's definitely important to like know the lifestyle that you want
Yeah.
when you're like trying to be consistent in something.
Okay.
Like not just being consistent in going to the gym because that's what everybody else does, or not being consistent in waking up at 5 a.m. to read your Bible because that's what your friends do.
Mm.
Like it's something like if you're wanting your lifestyle to be I wake up at 6 a.m. to spend time with the Lord, and then I
Mm.
go to the gym at 6 p.m. because that's when I have time. Like, be consistent in that because that's what you want your lifestyle to be.
Yeah.
And not trying to build it off of what you see on social media or the people around you, because you're just going to get tired and bored.
Mm.
At least for me. Maybe not everybody will get tired and bored, but I know that any time that I've tried to do things because other people were doing them, I was just like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I
I understand. Yeah.
I remember we went to CrossFit. I know both of us wanted to do it,
Yeah.
but we had friends going, and so we were like, oh, let's like join them and go with them. And like halfway through it, I don't even know if it was halfway, but we had a like contractor or something. We were just like, we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is not
Yeah.
what we wanted our lifestyle to be.
Right.
And we had to quit early.
Yeah.
So that's just
I'm
am I
sorry.
preaching?
You are preaching. I'm just ready to hop in because I want to kind
Go
of
ahead.
piggyback off what you're saying. But you see, I got my hand in a notebook.
Yeah.
You got me taking notes out here. But the thing that you said that I kind of wrote down was consistency will dictate you changing your life to right here. Consistency will dictate you changing your life to achieve the goal you want to reach. Because I'm like, dang, that's so good based on what you were just saying. Because it's like, you now, how did you say it? My lifestyle has to fit what I'm trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
So you were like, I see other people doing it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it because it looks cool. Or that's what it seems like you're supposed to do. Oh, let me wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym or to pray, 'cause that's what people do. And like, oh yeah, that's a good thing to do. You want to pray more? Wake up early and wake up at 5. But I'm realizing like, okay, what? So for example, one of the things I want to be consistent about this year is posting on YouTube. So instead of just trying to be consistent posting on YouTube with no idea of how in the world to do that, it's like I have to become a person who is consistent at posting on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So what does a person who posts consistently on YouTube, what does that person's lifestyle look like?
Yeah.
And like that's the key. Like that's what I see you saying. I'm like, oh wow, that just hit like a light bulb, like a revelation. Like, dang, your life has to change to match the consistency you're trying to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah. I see the same thing even like with my YouTube, and then just also I think like for social media, or for Instagram, I should say, for myself, people were like, you must post 5 times a week. And like, I found myself at some point, like literally recording the content a day before or the
Yeah.
night before or like an hour before I want to post it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not for me. Like, just posting 5 days a week like this is not for me, until I was like, okay, if I want to continue to post like this, if I want to post like this, what do I need to do? And that means batching content, which means I'm going to pick a day out of the week, every single week, to record however much content I want to record.
Yeah.
And then schedule the posts.
Right.
And now I don't feel so overwhelmed, even though it looks like I'm doing a lot, which I still am, but it doesn't require the same amount of time of me like jumping up to be like, oh my gosh, I want to post at 12, so let me go hurry up and like try to paint my nails real quick for some content. Like that was just not for me.
Yeah. That's not like a structured lifestyle for that. And people who post consistently, don't live like that.
Exactly.
So you're like, okay, so oh man, this is so good. This is really so good. So is all going back to that whole planning thing too. So like I'm realizing is like when you want to have you have a goal in mind. All right, I gotta be consistent to reach that goal. Now let me make a plan. And I realized for me, that's where I always fell short because I would say, this is the goal I want to reach. And I know that I need to be consistent to reach the goal. But what am I doing consistently to reach that goal? I never came up with a plan. It was, oh, I want to, the whole gym thing. Oh, I want to have this muscle mass. I want to put on this weight. I want to have this size, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I have these goals I want to hit. But I can look up the workouts and I can look at the diet plan, but I still don't have the plan to have how to implement that into my life.
Yeah.
So like I kind of, I mentioned on an earlier episode that my goal for this year is to post 94 videos on YouTube. But I didn't, in time past, I would have just said that and then like throughout the year, I'm just trying to post. But but if I never calculated, okay, what does that mean? What do I actually have to do to achieve that? I just be like, all right, this week I'm gonna post 5 videos. Next week I might post whatever, or But like I actually broke it down and said, okay, and it came out. It was like averaging like 2 videos a week for 52 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a little bit less than that because I said I'll take a few weeks off throughout the year. But basically, I mapped it out, and then I not only mapped out how many videos I needed to post a week to achieve that goal. I also wrote out the type of videos I would need to make to be able to produce that much content, and then I also wrote out how many videos of each category of video I could do to help me reach that. So like, okay, this type of video I can do 50 of these. This type of video I can do 20. This type of video I can do 30, something like that. So now I'm realizing, okay, this is the makeup of my 94. So I've already seen all the videos. Like I don't have all the titles yet, but I know all the types of videos. So now I can go back through and say, okay, this is the first one I'm gonna do of this video. I'm gonna do this one, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And now I can plan it out. So then I'll execute that plan, and then it won't be like by the end of the year I won't be surprised. Like, it won't be like a surprise.
Yeah.
You did it. It's like, no, I made a plan. So,
Yeah.
and I stuck to the plan.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And that was something that you decided to do on your own. And you knew, okay, this is what it's going to take for me to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, I watch these like big video YouTubers and they said this is what they did. So I'm going to do it exactly like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like just with anything in life, like you always have to do research stuff for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I take your mom for example also, like with the health thing. I know it's like health and like social media, but it's just the easiest things to compare them to. But like his mom is very good at eating very clean. Yeah. And like she's not tempted by like the things that people would be tempted by. And she will come prepared with her stuff, and that's the lifestyle choice she made.
Right. Yeah.
But if I were to take on her lifestyle, as much as I feel like I would be happy with the results, I don't think that I would be able to keep up with it. So for me, it's like, let me start here, and then maybe I'll be able to get to like where she is at some point. But for right now, that in my life is not going to work because I'm going to do it for a week and then be like, I want something else. I can't just keep eating this stuff.
Right.
But that's just.
And the big thing about that too is like she has a plan that she implemented. Like you said, so for example, one of the things she does is we hosted Thanksgiving at our here at our house, and we had my parents over, and she came to Thanksgiving with her own stuff.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, I can't eat. She ate a few things, I think, but it was like, she thought, no, I can't eat certain things anymore because of the way she's changing her lifestyle and changing how she eats. So she shows up to events, and I've seen her do it multiple times, other family events and things. She comes with her own food. Yeah. So she's not like, she's not, like you said, she's not tempted, but she's also coming prepared.
Exactly.
So when she's in the situation, so when she's in the situation, she has already mapped it out and prepared. When I go here, I'm going to have this food. so that way I can eat. So I
Yeah.
won't be sitting here around everyone who's eating this other stuff.
Right.
Like now I'm hungry,
Mhm.
so now I'm going to go. I'll eat it just for right now,
Yeah.
which is probably what most people would do because
Yeah.
most people probably wouldn't bring their own food.
Mhm.
But that's what her goal is. That's what her goal dictated for her to do. So
Yeah.
now she's like, this is what I need to do to be consistent.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That was another thing that I was talking about, like, on my on my podcast. But like it was about resolution, goals, and visions.
Mm-hmm.
And resolution is basically just to make a decision to do something.
Mm.
So like a lot of people have New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going to the gym. I'm gonna start